Join the movement. Go all electric with Pure Electric.
Hello everyone. So today my name is Sarah Corbett and I'm here to talk with you about the Lyonville Hemp House. But first I'd like to acknowledge the Dja Dja Wurrung people as the traditional owners of the land and waters on whose unceded lands we live, and pay my respects to elders past and present. So we bought a block of land in April 2018. It was 7.5 acres. Pretty much nothing there except an electricity connection, some water tanks and a large spring-fed dam. But we loved the deep volcanic soil, the northern aspect and the high rainfall. Today, we've now built a track, a windbreak, a shed, a whole house, an orchard, an apiary for our bees, gardens and animal fencing, with plans for a greenhouse, chooks, alpacas and goats. A bit about owner building. So we had both done it before and we constantly said safety first. It was important for us also to minimise waste and our impact on the environment. We did have a lot of delays though, from poor weather, we had COVID, we had trouble getting materials on site, difficulty finding local tradies, and for a lot of people, we had to teach them about what Hempcrete was and why we wanted an insulated slab, for example. So there's a bit of local education to do. Lyonville is a really cold place, so it's generally 6 degrees below the general temperature in Melbourne. We get heavy frosts for up to 8 months a year, and we often get snow. It also gets hot, it gets dry, it can be really wet and also frequent wind. So we needed a house that was designed for the climate, a pretty tough climate. So the design brief was for a functional and beautiful small house suited to its place and to the climate. Thermal efficiency and sustainable materials were really important, and it needed to be achievable for us as owner builders. We adopted solar passive principles, and we also created a master plan for the whole property, which I really recommend as a way of making sure all the elements fit together. We fell in love with Hempcrete straight away. It ticked all the boxes in terms of its amazing thermal performance, its ability to regulate its own humidity. It's a healthy house where condensation and mold doesn't build up. It has really peaceful acoustics. It's vermin, pest and termite resistant. It's also importantly fire resistant. It sequesters carbon through the life of the building, which is a long life of the building, and it was going to be easy for us to learn and to teach others. And its thermal performance, wow, we've been so impressed. It is really an incredible result. Here's a little snapshot of our weather station. And on this night in the winter, it was almost 1 degree outside and 99% humidity, whereas inside the house, it's 20 degrees and a comfortable 49% humidity. Now, please note, there's no heating on here. There's no heat exchange or anything. It's just the passive management of the building that the building does on its own. So how is this possible? House is rated NATHERS 7.6, but we actually think it performs a lot better than that in practice. It has high thermal mass and high insulation. Its walls breathe, and it's rendered on the outside in lime and the inside in clay. And so it really does breathe and regulate its own humidity. We opted, because it's such a cold place, we opted for a small wood heater, and we bought one that would suit our needs, quite a small heater that when the sun doesn't shine for a week, we might need a bit of top up in heat, and we chose a small Canadian heater that was under spec for the size of our house. We also designed windows on all sides of the building, including the roof, casement windows that would protrude from the building and scoop in cool air from the outside to rapidly cool it down, and circulate air with large big ass fans from the ceiling upstairs and downstairs. We don't have any air conditioning and we really haven't needed it yet. Importantly, the property is fire resilient. So it was rated a bushfire attack level 29, which is quite a high rating. We had a second opinion on that, and that is the rating for all of Lyonville because of its position in the middle of the Wombat Forest. So the house was designed with a lot of fire resistant features. Hempcrete itself is fire resistant. Also, all of the external timber needed to be either fire resistant hardwood or softwood treated with intumescent paint. We opted for migless alley-clad windows that are aluminium fireproof on the outside and attractive Tasmanian oak on the inside. And these windows included aluminium screens and a low E glass. We have a really beautiful, sustainable and quite an oversized kitchen for the small size of our block or our house. It's fitted with a 90 centimetre induction cooker, so it's our first foray into induction cooking. I've always been a gas person, but I'm really a convert to induction now. It has a recirculating range hood. So again, we tried to have a very airtight envelope of the building without penetrations from outside ducting. And so the range hood filters through carbon filters the air from the exhaust of the stove and recirculates it inside the building, which is working well. The bathroom is a very small combined bathroom laundry. Our hot water is supplied by a Reclaim hot water heat pump, 315 litre, which was purchased through a Hepburn bulk buy program. All of our rainwater is collected from the house and shed into a 22,000 litre tank. This includes a water reserve for firefighting. Water for the home and garden use is pumped and stored on the highest point of the property. All sewage and grey water from the house and shed is processed by a worm composting septic system. And that is the end of our presentation. So I really hope to see you at the open house in April. Otherwise, please reach out if you have any questions and have a good day. Thank you. Bye-bye.